Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your monthly horoscope, and this one is for you, Sagittarius. Here's your horoscope for May 2020. This is going to be a good month to follow through with some existing commitments. We've got the sun shining in Taurus through the 19th, and this really emphasizes your ability to stick to a plan. Now, on the 20th, the sun enters Gemini, and it lights up the partnership part of your chart the rest of the month. So whether you're attached or single, towards the end of the month is going to be a great time to learn more about someone else. Gemini rules curiosity. Ask some of the important questions. You're going to really be able to get to know people better through conversation under this astrology. Now, the other big Gemini astrology happening this month is the North Node is moving into Gemini. If you've read Jan Spiller's book, Astrology for the Soul, you know that the North Node is a really important point in the personal birth chart for finding successful energies and ways to approach your life, depending on what sign the North Node is in. Well, it also works on a global scale. So when the North Node changes signs, as it does about every year and a half, globally we get an energetic shift, and what is being supported coming up between now and January 18th, 2022 is all about Gemini themes. It has to do with communication, with interacting quickly, using technology, learning new skills. All these things have already been going on, and it's going to keep ramping up. Now, for Sagittarians in particular, your action-oriented nature is going to be a really good complement to people who excel at research and processing information. With so many ideas flowing, we need these fire sign people like Sagittarians to take the information and do something with it. So this is a really good year for you to collaborate with others, specifically those who are intellectualizing ideas but may need the help actually implementing them. Now, we're going to have a full moon in Scorpio on May the 7th, and this could illuminate a subconscious or emotional area for you, area of life. Anything you've been hiding from yourself is likely to surface at this full moon. So just try to work productively with these energies. It's always surfacing for a reason. Something needs to be addressed or healed. And you can find your inner truth. There's an illuminating quality to the full moons, and especially in Scorpio, there's a real psychological aspect to this full moon. You can make a strategy to let more of your authentic self out. There's something maybe hidden within you that you're ready to live more authentically in your life. Now, we've got Venus stationing retrograde on the 13th in the sign of Gemini. You're sensing this Gemini theme, and that's the sign opposite yours. So you can imagine relationships are a focus. And it can be relationship with others or yourself. And it can be all kinds of relationships are up for a review under this astrology. It's not good timing to make big decisions about relationships when Venus is retrograde. And the actual dates will be May 13th to June 24th. And I've done a whole separate video on this topic that you can check out on the channel if you haven't already. But for Sagittarians, Venus retrograde in Gemini, it could be felt more personally than other sun signs because it really is about reviewing a business relationship, potentially a friendship or a romantic partnership. I would be particularly careful regarding your communications during this time period. There's more, likelihood of a miscommunication when Venus is retrograde in Gemini. And you might have the urge to reach out to an ex, for example, or someone from your past. It might be best to wait until this cycle has passed to see if you feel the same way after Venus goes direct. Sometimes people from your past contact you under this astrology, and maybe there is something to be resolved, but just realize this is a very shifting energy coming up in the next few months. And so you're not going to know if things are meant to be a certain way or not. It's better to just explore your options, and like I was saying at the beginning of the horoscope, asking questions. You can gain a lot of resolution just by getting certain questions answered. Now, it's going to be a great month for anything to do with research and learning. We've got your ruling planet Jupiter stationing retrograde mid-month, as well as the planet Saturn. And when these outer planets are retrograde, all sun signs are being called to rely on their own resourcefulness in the coming months. But for you particularly, you're due for a lucky break when it comes to finances, but you're still going to need to be conservative with your spending in the coming months. So this is more about you kind of pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. You might get that bit of luck or that extra resource that you need, but then what you do with it will be key. You're not going to be able to rely as much on others. Now, the new moon this month is on the 22nd in the sign of Gemini. Again, it's really good for partnership goals. It could be anything to do with creative collaboration, communication skills, and getting to know yourself better. That's also a piece of this. Even though we're in the Venus retrograde cycle, it's still important to put your intentions down at the new moon because there's a lot of power in that. And just be patient. It may take a while to unfold, but it's definitely good to get the intentions down so that they can grow. And that's your horoscope for the month. I hope you can make the most of this month's astrology. Be safe, be well, and I will see you back here next month with your horoscope.